We're going to Ghana, said my mum when I was 13 years old. Ghana? West Africa? Why? She said, I finished building a house, so we're going there for the 6 weeks holiday. At this point, I'm thinking, my friends were going to Santorini, Italy, south of France, Germany, Lake District, Cornwall, for goodness sake. Why was I going to Africa? So I told one of my friends one day when I was on the bus going to school, oh, I'm going to Ghana, West Africa for the summer holiday. Apparently my mum's got a big house there. And she said, a big mud hut, you mean? Whoa. Fast forward to the 6 weeks holiday. The first thing that I experienced was this big house, my mum's house that she had been building. This house was at least 10 times bigger than a council flat that I was living in Barking, Gascoyne Estate. There was 3 profound experiences that happened to me when I first came to Ghana. The first was the sense of peace and calm that I experienced when I came to Ghana. And I'm not talking about the political peace and calm. I was 13 years old. I had no idea about that. I'm talking about the sense of community, how people felt happy and free. The second profound experience for me was that there were Mercedes-Benz on the streets of Accra. Like, there was many of them. I was like, wait, what's going on here? I didn't even see this many embarking, and I'm in Accra, in Africa, the third world country, and there's so many Mercedes-Benz. Then the third experience for me was when I was at the Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum. I remember that I didn't really know much about Kwame Nkrumah in those days. And I got to a point where I stood next to the fountain, and my brother captured me on video saying, I'm Ghanaian and I'm proud. That was a profound experience for me. Why? Because up until that point, I didn't even know what it meant to be black, let alone what it meant to be Ghanaian. I was born and raised in Plaistow, East London, but then I went to school in a predominantly white area. I used to put a towel on my head and brush it, pretending I had really long hair. So the idea of being in what was a foreign country for me for the first time and having this overwhelming experience of belonging and connecting and knowing that I was a Ghanaian was profound. Fast forward 13 years on. I've graduated from university. I'm with a long-term partner. We've got a beautiful 3-bedroom house, a lovely garden. I'm in a well-paid job. Everything is good. One day, I was in my car. Oh, and by the way, I had got myself a Mercedes C200 Coupe, so I was happy. But one day I stepped out of my car and I was at West Ham Station getting ready to go onto the train to go to work. And I remember just having this feeling of, I can't do this for the rest of my life. I can't see myself 40, 50 years' time still doing this. That feeling was followed by a conversation that I had with God. God told me one evening that I have a choice. I said, what does that mean, I have a choice? He said, well, you could continue how you are right now, or you can choose to be purposeful and live out all the dreams and the visions and everything else that I've deposited inside you. At this point, I remember just looking and seeing all these business plans that I'd been writing over the years, and every time I was in my job, I was always overperforming, but yet I'm underpaid. So then I said to myself, something needs to be done about this. I spoke to my partner at the time, and we had this plan. He said, okay, 2 years' time, we'll think about having kids, and then we'll move to Ghana to raise the children, etc. In the meantime, the plan was that I was going to leave my job, become a consultant, kick ass, and then really be that boss chick that I was visualizing myself to be. Many are the plans of man, but God is the one that establishes our steps. Because that very week, I found out I was pregnant. 13 months later, I'm in Ghana. with a lovely 4-month-old baby called Isaiah Kofi Cheyensu, and we're in Ghana just scouting the environment. 6 months later, I go back to the UK and I feel so disconnected. I just don't feel like the UK felt like home anymore. I was even asking myself if it ever did feel like home. But I realized at that point in time that Ghana was the place that I needed to be. So I told my family. My dad, may his soul rest in perfect peace, said, "Eh? Girl, you're leaving me? Me, I've been waiting for you to grow up, and you are rather leaving. Are you sure? Are you sure?" My mum said, "Hey, you're the last born, and you're going to live in the house that I have been building. Me too, I'm coming." So she left. My eldest brother, I tried. His name's Eugene. I tried to get him to come. After all of my siblings were born in Ghana. But he said, "No, not yet." My sister Samira was just like, "You know what, this is the most profound thing, considering you were so far away from being Ghanaian, but okay, Nadia, I support you. Best of luck." And then my other brother, Gerald, he was like, "All right, sis, I'm going to miss ya, but take care of yourself, okay?" And so it was. I embarked on coming to Ghana with my 1-year-old son at that time. Within 2 months, I set up my company, Six Sense Manifesto. Within those 2 months, we got our first contract with Vodafone Ghana, followed by UT Bank, followed by Merck Pharmaceutical Company. And at that time, Merck were the 3rd largest pharmaceutical company in the world. That was my confirmation. There was no turning back. One thing that I found very interesting over the years that I've been in Ghana and I've been doing business is the amount of people who want to come back, or the people that do come back, and then they end up getting frustrated in the system, or disrespecting Ghana, or losing out, or really not being able to take advantage of the environment. So today's talk, or my delivery for you today, is going to be about thriving while striving. This talk is to inspire, to motivate, to educate those that are diasporans and returnees that want to come back to Ghana, or that are presently here. And it's also a talk for Ghanaians here in Ghana. Why do I say this? When I first came to Ghana, a lot of people used to think that the reason why I am where I am today is because of nepotism. But the truth is that I didn't know anybody when I came into Ghana. I barely had a penny in my pocket or to my name. And I was actually ridiculed for the first 3 or 4 years because of my accent and because I don't speak the local vernacular. Today, as we stand, 11 years, my son, who's now 12 years old, knows what it means to be black and Ghanaian. My agency, Six Sense Manifesto, is a Pan-African, award-winning brand management agency. We have an office in 8 African countries, including South Africa and Nigeria. We've also registered in the UK. I'm the owner of a hospitality business called Sai Wine Cafe. Sai Wine Cafe is Ghana's only wine cafe that has been operating successfully for the past 6 years. I've also written 2 books which have been self-published. One which is called How to Get Ahead in Ghana, which is for Ghanaians, and then the second which is called Imagine, about all the crazy things that happen in this environment. I'm the board member of a Hasbro Professional Network, which is a diaspora organization founded by the amazing Christabel Dadzi. And I'm also the executive secretary of the Ghana-Nigeria Business Council. So I'm here to give tips, to give 7 key ways of being able to thrive whilst you're striving in Ghana. The first thing that I would say is know your why. When I say know your why are you coming to Ghana? Are you coming for a change of environment? Are you coming for a peace of mind? Are you coming to live the good life? Are you coming because you want to impact change? Are you coming because you think you've got a good idea? I think some of the challenges, what happens when people come to Ghana is that they've got so many different ideologies and perceptions in their mind as to what they're coming to do in Ghana. Then when they get here, they get frustrated that it doesn't look and feel like they think it should be. But the whole idea is that if you know your why, if you understand the reason why you've presented yourself in a certain environment, you should be able to see it through and understand the areas in which you need to navigate. So my first thing, know your why, understand your why, and be committed to your why. The second thing I want to say is people need to manage their expectations. Sometimes people come from the UK or from the US and, they want to be earning these big salaries and having a certain lifestyle that, they had in the West. But guys, listen, Ghana's economy is 0.3% the size of the US economy. So it's not to say that you can't do well in Ghana. It's not to say that you can't make money, because you can. This place is abundance of opportunities. But take your time. As the Ghanaians will say, be patient. So manage your expectations. Manage your expectations because you have been exposed to certain things over and over again since you were born, which for an average Ghanaian sometimes it's a new thing. I remember just a few years ago at West Hills Mall, there were loads of people going up and down the escalators, taking pictures and selfies and videos because it was the first time they'd ever been on an escalator. And that was just 5 years ago. So manage your expectations. Manage your expectations because you are expecting Ghanaians to understand a certain dialogue or conversation that's taking place in the Western environment, but they have their own conversations that are happening right here. They've got their own social and cultural nuances that they have to absorb. So manage your expectations. The third thing I want to say is think big. And even when you think big, think bigger again. Because one thing I've realized in Ghana, or being on this continent, is that if there's a need in Ghana, there's probably a need in all of the other African countries. Go beyond the boundaries of Ghana. Think big. Because think about it. The amount of time, effort, resources that you're going to invest into something small, you might as well just do it big. What's the worst that can happen? You might just end up with what you had that was small, or you might just have something much greater, much bigger. The fourth thing that I'd like to say is be ready to be broken down and then built back up again. I remember for the first few years of me living in Ghana, my song on repeat was Donnie McClurkin and Marvin Winans' song Stand. What would you do when you've given all you can and it seems like it's never enough? You'll just stand. When there's nothing left to do, you'll just stand. Let the Lord see you through. Because after you've done all you can, you just stand. Ghana has a beautiful way of breaking you down, but yet building you back up. And it's so important, that process, for us to go through. Because more often than not, when we come from the West, we have ideologies and this mentality of how we think things should be, how we think people should behave, how we think or we know how systems should run. But it's very important, in order for you to be able to thrive in this environment, is for you to be able to become Africanized, to understand what it means to be an African. Ghana taught me culture. Ghana taught me communication. Ghana taught me how to work with other people. Ghana showed me humility. Ghana showed me that it's not always hard work that will get you to a certain place. Ghana showed me different levels of hard work. Till today, when I see women and people on the streets selling goods, I will always take my hat off to them because I know I don't have the tenacity, the energy, the strength to be able to do what they do. And that's humbling. So be ready to be broken down. And then when you're broken down, get ready to be built back up. Because when you're built back up, you are powerful. You are an African. You can penetrate. You can create opportunities. You can take advantage of opportunities. But it's necessary. I remember this Ghanaian came from America, and he was working at Goldman Sachs or something, and he was working in Ghana, and he got frustrated, and I saw him after a year, and I was like, what's good? He was like, I'm going back to the US. I said, why? He said, because I'm not going to allow Ghana to break me down. So he left. The next point that I want to say is create your own ecosystem. What do I mean by this? I mean, in every way, even if you want to create impact, even if you want to be able to help people, you don't always have to run to a home or a shelter. You can create your own ecosystem and be able to build people out. You can pour into people as they also pour into you. What does an ecosystem look like? It could be your employees, it could be your colleagues, it could be your carpenter, it could be a supplier, it could be a contractor, it could be the person at the bank, it could be somebody at the SNIT office or the tax office. But the whole point is that create an ecosystem, a community of people around you that would allow you and help you to move and navigate the system, and also help you pull up as you also equally help them pull up. Don't stand on people. Don't think you're above people, because life has got an interesting way of teaching you humility. But create an ecosystem. Have a network of friends. Make sure that it's mixed. It doesn't have to be about diasporans or expats. It should be the Ghanaians. Because when in that ecosystem, you're going to create a wealth. And wealth doesn't always mean money, but wealth could be a wealth of culture, a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of opportunities, a wealth of love, a wealth of kindness, a wealth of support. So it's so important that when you come to Ghana, you create your ecosystem. Point number 6, be all in. There's nothing worse than people who think that they can be having a business in the UK or in Ghana and then being in the UK or Europe or the US. It doesn't work. You cannot give your dream and your aspiration to somebody else to execute. You have to be here to execute that dream. You have to be here to be able to see from conception to creation to execution to management. You cannot give somebody a picture and expect that person to be able to manage your business for you. It doesn't even matter how many times you write it down. It's irrelevant. If you want to make it in this environment, if you want to build your house in this environment, be all in. And finally, my last point is take your time and enjoy the personal journey. Something that I've realized is that Ghana takes time. Sometimes I know people want to be able to come in, just pick up from their life that they had abroad and just be hitting the ground running in Ghana. But with all the things that you have to go through, you have to take your time. You have to be able to understand how people work and move. If you push people too hard, it will frustrate the system, and it will actually work against you, and you become frustrated as well. So on the journey, sometimes something that should take one day can take a year. Just enjoy the journey, because eventually, when you do reach that milestone, you'd be amazed at how much you've grown and you've learned within that time period. You'd be amazed about the type of person that you've transformed into. So I just want to say, every day that you wake up in Ghana, or when you come to Ghana and you see that beautiful sun shining and gleaming in the beautiful blue sky, or when you drive to the mountains and you see the beautiful luscious greens or the waterfalls, or when you see our people smiling their beautiful smile, when the kids are laughing, when the people are dancing, when you see our culture vibrant, beautiful, just remember This is home. This is Ghana. This is what you are made of. Thank you very much.